Hey guys, what's going on? Darren Code here. I'm coming to you with a video that I think a lot of people have been waiting for, and this is the tutorial on how to sound like Rob Swire from Knife Party, or how to sound like Kill the Noise, and how to make all those nice FM basses in Reason. Now, Propellet Software have released a new rack extension, the PX7 FM synthesizer, which is absolutely perfect for creating those sounds. Which is absolutely perfect for creating those sounds, and I will show you how to do it with this synth, but then I'm also going to show you a method with Thor. And to keep in mind that you can do this with any synth, any sequencer, as long as you know what you're doing. And I think I can explain that to you right now. So let's get started. Right here, I've got a PX7 FM synthesizer, and I've got an effects chain going on here, which I'm just going to bypass, and then I'm going to talk you through what I did and how it's gonna sound. So first of all, let me go to my mixer and solo that so you can hear it in solo, and let me also set up my loop. Okay, this is the raw signal that the FM synth delivers us. Note that I've got sidechaining going on here in the mixer. If you want to watch a video on sidechaining, I've got a nice little video explaining how to set up a sidechaining chain using the big mixer in Reason. That's really simple to use. But yeah, I'm going to put that link in the description below. So this is the PX7, and I've got algorithm 2 going on. And basically, I didn't change anything from what I can see here, apart from that last oscillator. I put that to 24. And that's a really simple synth setup, but it delivers us with, it gives us some really nice harmonics in the sound, which is exactly what we're looking for when we're making those growly FM basses. A lot of harmonics. Let me see what happens if I turn this down to 1. And those high frequencies up there are exactly what we are looking for, because they are what's going to make the growl sound later on. What I did then, and this is your basic sound shaping, but the trick that comes now is really, really important, because we will use a bandpass filter to modulate this sound. I just used the ECF42 and automated the filter frequency, and it sounds like this. And as you can see here in the automation that I drew, that's just really, really random vector points. And as soon as I started to get a nice phrase going, I kept modulating it and came up with this phrase. And yeah, that's my filter setup. It's a really simple bandpass filter with some resonance. You can also increase the resonance. Which I'm going to show off later. It's going to give you the typical Skrillex kind of sound, where you have high resonance peaks running along with the filter. I then used re-stereo to add a bit of room ambience, but that's not really, really necessary. Just widens the signal a little bit, but what's really necessary is the Scream 4 distortion unit, and distortion is where it gets really nice and nasty. So here's the old signal. And now prepare yourself for this. This is a bit loud. And I used tape distortion with absolutely no compression and high damage to get that really distorted, grungy, absolutely destructed effect. So that's kind of like a key to have a signal with a lot of harmonics going into a bandpass filter and then into distortion. Let's try different distortion algorithms. Especially there with this phrase, there's a really nice right here. This is a nice sound, except that I don't have any MIDI signal going in here right now. I really like the sound of this. One sec, let me just quickly try to What am I doing? Of course, this is the wrong lane. 1 second, please. Here. This is the result of the high resonance. Okay, let me undo all of this because we want to keep continuing with the tutorial here. Okay, so once we've got that set up, we can move on to a bit of EQ and just general sound tweaking to make it sit in the mix better. And this is what I've got going on here. It's just an equalizer that takes out some of the middle frequencies. And that makes it sound like a motorcycle, I think. Like a big Harley Davidson. And then I added another EQ to cut all the bass because I always like using a separate sub bass. And I also cut around 500 Hertz just to give the bass more fatness and body. And then finally, as a nice little addition, a bit of Tsar Reverb Studio algorithm with 13% dry wet, just to kind of round the sound. And then with the rest, it sounds like this. So that's the basic method. Now, I know that not everybody has the PX7, and I'm going to show you a little method here with Thor. And we're going to follow the same pattern, only that I set up some FM synthesis in Thor itself, and I've got the pretty much exactly the same effects chain here. Bandpass filter with resonance going into a screen with tape distortion, and then some room reverb to give it some ambience. Now let me activate the clips here and put this Thor on solo. And then also I want to automate this filter frequency down here using the same automation clips as I did before. Okay. I know it's not exactly the same sound, but it's the same principle, and you can achieve exactly this sound as it comes from this PX7 right here in the Thor using this modulation matrix. Now, what happens in PX7 is that these are all sine wave oscillators and they modulate each other. As you can see here, there are different modulation algorithms that you can choose from. I think I chose, number 2. And Thor is kind of modular that architecture in a way that you can choose exactly how stuff modifies each other. And let's say we want to modulate the frequency of this sine wave using this sine wave, then what we would do would be select oscillator 2 and set the destination oscillator 1 frequency modulation. And then just up the amount a bit, and you instantly have oscillator 2 modulating oscillator 1. And then all you got to do is activate the corresponding oscillators, and you've got yourself a nice little FM synth. Though you got to say this thing is much, much nicer, and you can pick it up in the Propellerhead store. Okay, that was my little introduction to FM synthesis, or my quick crash course on how to sound like Rob Swire. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, Dorian cut out.